the Marriage Show with Regina Dorcas. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.
Hello and welcome to Spice the Marriage Show. I am Regina Dorcas. Today on the program, we're still looking at the topic, the boy child. Now, the issue of the girl child has been emphasized on over a long period of time, and there has not been any provision for the boy child. Now, the question is, are the boy child being neglected? Last week we spoke extensively about this topic, and my attention was still drawn to the fact that some people would say they need Ministry of Men Affairs. So today I have two wonderful guests in the studio that will be talking to us about this topic, the boy child. If you have any question or any contribution on this topic, please feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on your screen, or follow us on all our social media platforms. We'll be right back. Our topic says the boy child, and like I said earlier, that a lot of people have been sending messages that the boy child, nobody's talking about the boy child. You go to the street, we should have Ministry of Men Affairs. That's what they're clamoring for right now. So they need Ministry of Men Affairs. So now, so that we could take care of, so that they could take care of the responsibility. Okay, Dickson, let me hear from you, from your own point. Do you think this Ministry of Men Affairs, or we should be established, or we should just leave things the way they are?
I think first, it's not about creating ministries.
No, that's just
it's not about creating ministries.
Yeah, it's not about creating ministry. Yes, of course.
If there is anything I would use this platform to advocate against, is the Almajiri system of whatever that is practiced in Nigeria. It should be abolished. It's evil against humanity. It's a terrible thing, whether male child or female child. It's a terrible thing. It has nothing to do with religion. It's a terrible thing as far as I'm concerned.
Hold on, I have my floor. I have my floor.
I have my floor.
I tend to tell you something. Wait.
I have my floor.
I have my floor. Going to the northern part.
No,
I'm coming.
I have my floor.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
We're going to the northern region.
Yes.
Alone.
No,
I'm coming.
I'm going to somewhere. Let me land.
That's why
you've not allowed me to land.
Let him land.
You've not allowed me to land.
Let him land.
I have established No, it's not true. It has nothing to do.
It's not just about religion.
Honorable Yakubu.
Excuse me, please.
Let's give him the floor.
Excuse me. I have distinguished between the Mecca. Mecca is not in Nigeria. It's in Saudi Arabia. And you will not find any child on the streets in the name of Al-Majri. Please correct me if there is any. You go to Iran, you will not find any child on the street in the name of Al-Majri. Correct me if I'm wrong. You go to Iraq, all the places where they are said to be Islamic nations, you will not find any child on the street. So it has nothing to do with religion. Can I be allowed?
No,
can I be allowed to make my point, please? And I don't know why we are running away from this. This is something that is terrible that is happening in our society, and we should be able to be bold to speak up against it. It has nothing to do with religion. Al-Majiri system has nothing to do with religion.
Okay, from our own layman knowledge, can you explain, please, excuse me, please, can you explain to us this Al-Majiri? Because a lot of people out there don't even know what Al-Majiri is all about.
Al-Majiri system, as we have seen in our society, like I said, I have established here, and my brother who is a Muslim has not countered it, is not an Islamic thing.
Okay. Now, what is this Al-Majiri?
It's a terrible tradition that should be abolished, like the Osu system in the southeast, for instance, that we are abolishing.
How do they? What is the practice like?
Where a father and a mother will give birth to a child and throw the child out there to survive on his own, like he rightly established there, and all of that. How is the Al-Majiri system practiced?
That's a point you're getting wrong.
Please tell us how the Al-Majiri system is practiced.
How is the Al-Majiri system being practiced, please?
Sorry.
Honorable.
At this point, when we want to make things right,
yes,
just like what Madam here we said, both we agreed is, it's not about a region.
Exactly.
It's about the society.
Excuse me. Sorry. You said you had a follow. We allowed you. Let me get this cleared now. It's not about a region or a particular religion or a particular sect. It's everywhere, east, west, wherever Wherever you go, you find children on the streets.
No, we don't have Al-Majri in the east.
Okay, take
Now,
it.
We don't
but
have
before-
Al-Majri.
before-
I'm coming.
before we,
in the west.
Honorable
We don't have
Yakubu-
Al-Majri in the south.
One
south.
Honourable
I'm coming,
Yakubu,
one
please,
house.
can I please get something right? Can you please help
I want
me?
to make I want to
Can you
make
please
I
help-
want to
no.
make this thing right, because there are things I will be permitted to talk about. There are things I won't be permitted to talk about.
I just want to understand
Now
what
I
the
want to now
Al-Majri
Al-Majri system is
okay.
this. Now, just like we rightly said, we have boarding schools all over the world
Okay.
where you take your child
Yes.
to a boarding school.
Yes.
You pay for fees of feeding, clothing, and let the child be
Educated.
In a particular sector.
in a particular circle
Yes.
where he or she will be educated.
Yes.
In the Saudi Arabia, you said, we have Al-Majri system. In the Iran, you said, we have sorry, I'm coming. Just relax. You don't know the religion more than I do. And I'm coming there. I will make it very clear for you why ours in Nigeria or in Africa is
It's
different
different.
from what is being practiced over there. So
Okay.
please, relax. At this point, I hardly talk about religion, anything that has to do with such. But in Saudi Arabia, yes, you find them in a serene environment where they go from morning till evening.
They go to where?
They go to practice the
Islamic,
Islamic
religion. How to write.
how to write, how to read, how to
Okay.
respect, how to pray, and all of that.
Okay, that's what a Majri system
That is what Al-Majri system is
Is.
all about,
Okay,
in
now.
a serene environment.
And-
now, in Nigeria, sorry, please, just take it, I'm coming. In Nigeria, what our northern people take differently is you give birth to your child because maybe the religion is not even something 1 or 2, 3 hours can talk about. But I will cut short it for you why in Nigeria system what you just mentioned is different. Yes, these children are taken to an Islamic school where you are supposed to be an hafiz of Quran
Okay.
within some certain period of time.
Time.
Now, every father, I crave to do it. I crave to want my child to do it. Because I want my child to even be an hafiz of Quran before he even starts the modern education. Because some of our own people that did that before they start will stand here. There is nothing in the classroom that you will start teaching them when your child is an hafiz that there will be any student, I bet you, and I be my test, no student at that point where he's an hafiz of Quran will challenge him to any modern, what is it called, any modern educational whatever in the
Okay,
classroom. Now I'm coming. At that point, in Nigeria, we got it wrong.
Okay, I think that is where he is.
Now, where we got it wrong
That's
is
my
where
point.
we got. I'm coming, sir. Where we got it wrong is when these children are sent there. What you are supposed to do, or the environment, what the people or whoever, the sections of the Malams are supposed to do is, do not allow them go out from
The school.
the school. But at this point, the Malams are overwhelmed. Now, which is wrong?
Okay,
You
I
see,
think
By
I
allowing
think
them,
I-
I'm coming. By
You have
allowing
not
them,
let me
can
say
you
anything.
allow?
No.
So long.
Just so that
I'm
we
just
don't
listening.
make it a religious conversation. I
I'm
didn't
listening.
raise it.
It's not.
I didn't
that's
raise
what
it because
I don't,
it's a religious conversation. I only raised from the premise of the boy child. That's what
Because
I
the-
raised.
You raised
Yeah.
it from
And
the premise.
that is a
you
wrong
raised-
tradition
you
we are
raised it-
practicing
you raised
in
it from-
Nigeria.
Wait, you raised it from.
Okay, now,
Then.
Honorable Yakubu, would you say that? Okay, you just said
Do
something
you send
now.
your do we send our children to? Do we send our children to a non-school, like a Reverend Fathers, Reverend Sisters boarding
Okay,
schools?
now, that's
My children are in boarding
There's a school
school.
like
for
that.
They're in
example.
boarding
It's a
school.
school.
Now,
Yeah, I'm telling you
that this
the
one
point-
of the
Honorable
schools
I'm now
Yakubu.
telling you.
Honorable
is
Yakubu.
a
telling you.
continuous tradition that has now
Honorable
become
Yakubu,
a menace to
Honorable
the Nigerian
Dickson,
society.
Honorable Dickson, please. Now, Honorable Yakubu, please. He is saying something that your people are on the same page, but the difference is that he is saying there's a particular practice that has been attached to it, which you just said it now, that is like a boarding school that they take them to, but the Malams are overwhelmed and they let them go out. I think that is where Dickson is
that is at that
talking
point.
about.
If you go to His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Kano State, at a point came out
Okay.
to abolish some of the schools in their region.
Okay, now
It's
we're not even talking about
Now-
that.
now-
Where our bone of contention right now is the boy
The boy child.
The boy child. Because
boy child.
why he is bringing the topic
boy
is
child,
because
yes.
there are a lot of male children
On the
On the
streets
streets.
in
school
Nigeria.
that are on the streets.
And
That's the
street,
point.
that is why I'm still telling you the same
Unguided
thing
by
that
their parents.
I'm
Okay,
still
are you
telling
Where are the parents
encouraging?
of those children?
Wait.
Are you encouraging for that to continue? That is what we want to
At
know.
a point,
In
at a point, I
Yeah.
was an advocate of a home where if you are a father, that you cannot even hold your left from your right. That is, take the responsibility of even you and your wife. You're not even supposed to have a child.
You should send your child there.
You're not even supposed to have more than 1 or 2 children.
But you should send your children there.
Not even sending
No,
your
you're
children
causing
there.
problem. You're going to cause problem.
Do you
in
get
Africa.
at the point now? At the point in Africa, just like what I want to my brother here to know that in the eastern part too,
Yes.
in the west, everywhere you go,
Yes.
you find some people, you find some children still. What I'm trying to tell you is
No,
not
you find some
only
children doing what?
Doing what?
still on the streets.
No, please. Let's not misrepresent what the society represents.
both
here.
of
At
you,
this point,
let
I
me
think
calm
it's
the
Can
tension
I
here.
please correct
I don't
this?
want to.
Can
I
I
don't want
correct
to
this
go
Before
back
you
to.
are
I don't
going
want
to
go back
correct this
his
impression, but I think I'll let Vanessa to say because she's a mother and she's from the eastern part of the country. So let us hear from her. Are there so much children outside in the east, like the Amajiris that go out to like beg?
I will not narrow it down to religion.
Nobody
Or-
has religion here.
It's not about
Except
religion.
you now brought in the
Can I
religious angle. It's the boy child
say
we're talking
something?
about.
I am getting there. If you can only
Allow
let me
him talk. Allow her to talk.
Okay.
He doesn't let me start. That's
Okay.
just
Just
the issue.
let her talk.
Okay.
Now, I am narrowing it down to the family unit. Because if there's nothing you can do about this generation, let's focus on generation next, starting with our little case in the house. When these children are growing up, you must understand that the attention you give to the girl child is the attention you give to the boy child. Don't have very humongous expectations. Oh, you're a man. You're supposed to go bring money back home. I'm not supposed to check on you. I've checked on your little sister. Why should I check on you? You're a man. I'm going to your sister's school. We are visiting your sister this weekend, and we believe you can take care of yourself. It starts from there. The pressure is real. You send them out to the streets to beg. As much as you have beggars far in the north, they are there also in the east, in the west. When I go to Lagos, I see them. When I go to maybe one eastern state, I see them. They are there. As far as I'm concerned, as a mother, I don't care if it's an Igbo child. I don't care if you're an Hausa child. I don't care if it's a Yoruba child. I care about the fact that you are a child, a boy child. And if your sister is at home and not allowed to beg, you should not go out there to beg. You need your mother's love. You need your father's love. I'm not going to say, oh, a child who does not have a father figure in the house, blah, 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 blah. There are men who are single-handedly raising their children without a wife, without a mother, and it is very, very cumbersome. It is not easy. It is not about the gender. It's about the fact that as a parent, you are responsible for a child. And I heard somewhere that every child, I think it was Pastor Chris Oyakiloma that said it, and it's true, every child is your child. When you come out on this, oh, he's begging, he's a boy, now let him take care of. No, it will shock you to know that a boy child also needs love, care, and attention. As they are growing up, it's so bad that in our society, once a girl starts doing well, they relegate the boy. They push the boy to the back. They make him feel that he is not complete. They make him feel inadequate just because the girl is now prospering, building houses, doing things for mommy,
nobody's asking
doing
where he's
things for
getting the money
daddy.
from.
Nobody is asking questions. And the boy who is working so hard for every penny that he's making, he's not checked on to say, how are you, my son? Are you doing good? He visits home. You relegate him. You say, your sister
Okay.
bought this. This one bought this. What have you brought? That's where you push him. And that is why they they get into all kinds of things because they see that you have these very big expectations of them that they cannot meet. Not that they cannot meet it. They are working hard. And if a man is a critical thinker, he plans his life and he follows it step by step.
Okay, now let's go to the next question. Now, the question has always been, are the boys being neglected? Now, in our society today, you see a lot of guys out there doing some stuff that the girls are not doing. And we have, I still go back to that word because I don't know why it's still ringing on my head, why they're asking for the Ministry of Men Affairs. Because I think we have I'm not against the women. I'm a woman, please. I'm a woman. We have a lot of girl child, a lot of NGOs that talks about girl child and all of that. And I think that is where that question of, or that's a plea of having a Ministry of Men Affairs comes up. Now, before, you want to say something?
I think at this point, I want to be one serious or the first an advocate
of
that Ministry of Men Affairs should be created.
Should be created.
Because the Ministry of the fact of the reason why
maybe with that this
I think no I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me even go to this point. Let me make this my point very clear. Now you find some NGOs, their attention is on female child.
Yeah.
A lot of NGOs. You hardly find where you find some NGOs that are really looking out, okay, how do we pick some of these children and take care of these children and take them. Now, why I'm saying on a lighter note, the Ministry of Men Affairs should actually be created.
Lighter note?
So that, I'm coming, so that the male child will also
be taken care of. Okay.
Because today, go to the street. Every street you go to today in our nation, in Africa,
you see 20 men.
You see 20 men,
boys.
20 boys. Before, it's these days that at least we start looking out, seeing women coming onto the street to start begging with their children behind them all over the places where you go to. You park your cars, you see some group of women walk up to you, will start asking you for money and all of that stuff. And when they ask you at night, sometimes I wonder what they are doing at that point, that night. Now, let me not deviate from this point I'm trying to make. Why I'm actually asking for this is because a lot of male child have been neglected on the streets. And if you look at them, maybe because of where they are coming from, maybe because in the process where maybe they have been pushed out due to responsibilities that overwhelm them.
That's true.
Now, the mothers will ask them, go and get something. Whatever they bring back home, some mothers does not even ask them, where did you get this or how did you get this
What do you do?
Or what did you do before you get this?
If the father
I'll take myself as like an example. Growing up as a child, I had everything life could give from my parents. Now, one day, I took my friend asked me for my sandals, and I gave him mine, and I collected his. Like, I was like it. So, where my pairs of shoes were, my mom actually found out when I came from school, looked at me and saw, no, these are not your sandals.
Exactly.
Where did you get this from? My friend. I got the beating. That was another beating I got. The first and last beating I got from my mom. That I should always be contented with whatever it is I have. Okay. Now, if at that point my mom starts sending me out at that tender age, my mom starts sending me out to go and fetch or to go and look for how to feed or probably bring something back to the house, because I have one drunk of a father that maybe probably might have gone to the bar to sit down and drink his life out where they buy free drink for him or go to where he plays, what's it called, from morning till night, leaving the responsibility of the home for the mother that has given birth to maybe also 4 or 5 children that she's finding it difficult to train them and asking you to go and fetch firewood in the street. In the process where you're going to fetch firewood, you see someone going, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Sir, please, I'm hungry since morning. And he gives you 500 naira. You now feel, if I can beg this man and he gives me 500 naira, tomorrow, let me enter the street and leave this process of going to fetch firewood.
Yeah.
Now, at that process, he goes into another, and someone will now see him, why are you begging? Come, we can make this happen. Come and follow us. Let's get this done. Let's get this. It results to another thing. And because maybe you are being pushed at that point, you go to the extent of bringing in others. What is not yours back to the house. Okay, and when your parents encourage you at that point, you have issues. Tomorrow, you will do another one. If my parents have not beaten me at that point because of just a pair of sandals I exchanged with my friend, tomorrow I will bring a set of different school uniform or a set of bags to the house.
Let's hear from you,
First,
Mr. Dickson.
I don't agree that any ministry for men affairs should be created. It's not necessary. Let's not delegate the duties of fathers in a home to some ministry. Fathers should wake up to their responsibilities at home. Because the society is the way it is because of, that family unit. If there's a crack in the family unit, of course it will affect
to reflect later.
The society. So the society we have today is the way it is because of from what the family unit has given out. And that family unit, if the role of the father is not well represented, then these aspects that my brother is bringing up here will play out. So we don't need a ministry. All that we will be asking for is a balancing. For instance, maybe on a lighter note, as my brother raised lighter note, the aspect of in a year, you will have Mother's Day about 10 times.
So why are you now asking for that if you're not asking for the ministry?
Exactly.
No, I'm not asking for the I said on a lighter note, please.
He said on a lighter note. He said on a lighter note.
It's not light. It's not light. It's what is in your mind.
No, let's balance it. Where
it's
mothers,
what is in your mind.
like you have raised there, you've talked about, I'm also responding to the things you raised here. You have given the more like the accolade more to your mother,
There's
your mother.
also fathers.
What about your father?
There's also fathers.
There's a role the father plays in the home.
Who do you meet?
I have my flaw.
Who do you meet first before your father
comes
comes
in? Let him speak.
You meet all of them. They are both your parents, whether father or mother. You can meet.
That's not true.
Okay, let me speak from my own.
That's not true.
Okay, since you
maybe my mom picks me from school. She's the first contact I have because my father is at work.
First, what I have
trying to fed for the family.
So
my mom should stand the ground first. Then when I
understand that.
When I don't agree the fact I have father could come in.
I have a mother too.
At the point, if a
father
is not there, a mother could take care of a child.
No, be rest assured.
I play the role of the father and the mother because he's an elderly person.
Be rest assured that I am not taking away the love of mother from you. I have a mother too. My mother is still alive and I love her dearly. So I can assure you that I'm not taking your mother's love from you. I'm not doing that. But I'm saying that the family unit should deliberately, I gave the example of the American society, that in most black communities in America, they are the way they are because of the absence of fathers in those homes. That's why most young people end up in prisons, end up either doing drugs and all sorts of crimes. Because most times the disciplinarian at home
is not around.
That is the role, mostly the responsibility of the father.
Well, I want to say a very big thank you, but before we go, I need a one word from each of you for one boy child out there to tell the child, just like you said, whatever it takes in your life, you can fix it by not going out to do the wrong thing. So I won't start by saying the female first or women first. Ladies first. I'm not going to do ladies first. I'm talking about the boy child. I'm talking about the boy child. So I won't say ladies first, but I will say, let us start with Mrs.
Sorry.
Because she's a mother. So let's start with her.
I want to start this way. If you're a widow or somehow you're a single mom, maybe not by your own doing, I want to encourage you. Thanks for being a father. Thanks for being a mother. So many women can relate. If you have a boy child, give that boy child the same love you give to your girl child. And if you have very high expectations of your son, it is better to have a conversation and understand the challenges he's going through. And understand that there are steps to success. Work with him and know that if he succeeds, you have succeeded.
Thank you very much.
If he fails, you have failed.
Thank you very much. Mr. Yakubu.
Thank you at this point. No male child's blood is worth being spilled on the street of our society. No one is meant to die for another. Do your best. Do your best. Do your best. And let the rest be. And make sure whatever you are doing, it should be worth
Doing well.
doing well
Thank you very much,
at
Mr.
that time. Thank you.
Mr. Dickson, let's hear from you.
My son, remember that you are from your father. Uphold the values of your father. Keep it going and ensure that your tomorrow is greater than your father's yesterday. God bless you.
I want to say a very big thank you to my wonderful guest here in the studio. Thank you very much. Honorable Dickson Iroegbo, thank you very much for coming on the program. And Honorable Yakubu Muhammed, thank you so much for your contribution. And our one and only First Lady, Vanessa Osilonya, thank you so much, the CEO of WEMOVE Rights and Logistics. Thank you very much for coming on the program. I want to say a very big thank you to my esteemed, wonderful viewers out there for staying tuned at this hour and time to watch Spice the Marriage Show. It's been wonderful here talking about the boy child. But if you think otherwise about the topic, please feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on your screen or follow us on all our social media platforms. I still remain your host, Regina Dokpesi, same time, same station, African Independent Television, AIT, every Thursday, 11 p.m. Bye for now.
Spice the Marriage Show with Regina Dokpesi. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.